All set, Wes.
Yep. All right, questions, please.
You were muted.
Go ahead.
Wes, you're muted.
We're not on yours.
Oh.
Tony's, go ahead.
Nate, how crucial was that zone defense for you in the third quarter? It felt like that turned this whole game around.
Yeah, we needed it. You know, the guys did a really good job of talking and matching up out of it too. You know, they again, our activity in the defense really ramped up when we went to that, and we stayed in it for pretty much the whole fourth quarter there. So it was good. You know, I thought we rebounded out of that when we needed to. I think we had a good string of stops there. So just credit to the guys on being active in it.
Scott Eggers.
Nate, it feels like Karras the last 2 weeks is really hitting his stride. How critical has he been to kind of be able to keep you guys afloat? And even tonight, not hitting an outside shot, doing everything inside and at the free throw line.
Yeah, he did a good job with that. I think especially to start the half there, he had a 3 or 4 there in the paint that he finished, trying to take it aggressive there to the rim. Got to the free throw line a bunch tonight. 12 or 13 times he got there. So that aggressiveness with him attacking is good. The spacing around him was good, and the screens that were getting set for him by his teammates, they did a good job with that.
Pat Boylan.
When you're missing as many key players as you are, Nate, it seems like to win games, you're going to have to win them a lot like this one, the grit and grind kind of variety. How would you assess your team's ability in the last couple of games on their ability just to close out in those tough situations?
Yeah, guys are playing different positions and lineup combinations out there have been a little bit different, but the theme remains the same on playing together and just trying to play as hard as you can. I thought there was good moments tonight where we really shared the basketball nicely. Thought both in the first half there was really good stretches of that, and then in the second half as well. But guys are just, they're going to get their number called when they get a chance to play. They're playing hard. It was good to see Jakar back out there tonight. I know he got into foul trouble and didn't play very much there, 21 minutes it looks like, but he'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Seth Johnson.
Hey, Nate, can you speak to Edmond Summoner's evolution over the course of this season and kind of what you've liked from his game over this past month or so?
Yeah, Edmond's really hung in there all year. He's went from not playing to coming off the bench to starting to not playing to coming off the bench to starting. So he's been through it all, being a starter, being a 6th man, being a 12th man, and he's hung in there through all of it. He's really tough. He's a good team player. He hasn't complained about anything through that time when he wasn't playing. He knew his time would come back around. And now he's out there really flying around, this last month and a half, really running the floor. We use him to guard multiple positions. His just overall activity and energy are always at a high level, and that's what makes him fun to play with.
Jay Michael.
Hey, Nate, how much of this game is the guy who's regarded as the respected three-point shooter, McDermott, does most of his damage on those twos, those curls, and he had some difficult ones where he went through contact. But then the other guy, Sumner, who's not known as a three-point shooter, is the one that goes 4 for 5 from 3. It's like the defense was taking that away, which those guys being able to beat Detroit in other ways when they were given certain looks.
Yeah, that's right. And Doug, he really covers a lot of ground, coming out of that corner off those staggers. And if they do overplay him, he's done a good job all year of turning that corner, with his right hand and getting to the rim. He even did it a couple times on the other side where we swung him through the other way. So it's good screens being set by our 4s and 5s there, but it's Doug's pace and attack ability to get to the rim on that when they overplay him. And Edmond, he does a really good job of running to his spots and flying down the floor, and then our point guard's throwing it ahead to him, to get some of those. But he does a good job of spacing himself to be in the vision of the passer. If the post man has it down there, Ed does a good job of sliding a step or two just to get in the vision to create a window. And Edmond knocked him down. He spends a lot of time on his shooting. So it was good to see both of those things.
And can I ask one other thing on O'Shea? It looks like even when things don't go well for him and he gets his shot stuffed, of how he's able to get back, even if he's trailing the play, defensively back on the other end, and how that's been key to maybe you guys having better transition defense and contesting better, because I know that had been recently not a strength, which you guys, the transition defense hadn't been strong all the time. How much has he helped in that regard for your team?
O'Shea does a very good job. He doesn't give up on any play. And like you said, if he didn't finish it at the rim, he was really doing a good job of sprinting back. And the other guys, you know, the talking, I mentioned it earlier in the fourth quarter, we started talking and communicating at our best the later the game went. And that's the number one thing, you know, in transition, you got to sprint back and you got to start talking and you got to get matched up. And you mentioned O'Shea, and a lot of the other guys did a really good job with that tonight.
Any other questions for Coach? Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
First off, please.
Karis, you guys found yourselves down by 4 points midway through the fourth quarter there, and then really closed out impressively. What did you see as the key to that stretch?
I think it was great switching to the 2-3 zone. Coach did a great job making that adjustment. And we got out in the open court and we were able to finish some layups, get us going. Malcolm hit a huge three, and I think we rebounded well out of the zone and really closed the game out well.
Scott Edmonds.
Karis, you feel like you're finally now in your right gear. Either these last 2 weeks, you've scored 20 plus 6 of the last 8 games and stepped up when teams actually really needed you.
Yeah, I think so. I'm sick as a dog right now. My 3-point shots obviously broke right now as well, free throws too. But, you know, I'm working through it. Everything's not going to be pretty, and we know that. And I know that my teammates did a great job of carrying me tonight, you know, until I got it going.
While you're this shorthanded, is this kind of the recipe to winning games when you have this many players out, this grit and this grind type of mentality and style that you guys have undertaken the last couple?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, guys like Jakar and O'Shea are huge for us. You know, Edmond had a huge game for us tonight as well. We know he's capable of that, and he's worked so hard on his game. And it's just such a blessing to see it, you know, come to fruition, you know, guys like that. So we're going to need him to keep playing well during the stretch, along with other guys too.
J. Michael.
Hey, Karis, did you know Edmond would be this good of a 3-point shooter as he's been? That hasn't been part of his game that he's really had much opportunity to show. But with him being able to hit that, it looks like it changes things for that defense, because they're going to tell him take the shot, and him hitting that shot kind of seems to open up other things for you guys.
Yeah, it opens up his whole game as well. You know, he's one of the fastest players I played against. And like I said, he's worked tremendously hard on his game, and you can see it, you know, come to fruition. So he's been huge for us the past couple games, and especially tonight. We're going to need that as we close out the season.
Scott, go ahead.
In the short term, are you expecting to see a lot more of or play a lot more of that 2-3 zone, especially if it's effective like it is tonight?
I think that it's just a field thing. You know, tonight we kind of struggled keeping them in front of us. And I think the 2-3 zone neutralized things, made them shoot more jump shots, and they didn't really want to shoot them. And it got us out in transition. So I think that was a great call.
In a quick follow-up, when you are on the elliptical, that is for what purpose?
Just to get me warm. I'm getting old out here, man. So when I'm sitting down those long stretches, I got to be warm and ready, you know. So as soon as I get in the game, I'm ready to go.
Any other questions for Karis here?
Yeah, and ask Karis one thing. Is J. Michael again. Karis, how big of a difference is it made to have O'Shea, the way he runs the floor? Even he'll fall on the floor on the offensive end, and he's somehow one of the first guys back to help you guys get organized and slow down that other team in transition, because that recently has been a real problem for you guys, being organized and getting back.
Yeah, it's been huge for us. He's playing out of position, honestly, and he's doing a great job of fighting down there. He did a great job all night, you know, fighting with Plumlee, fighting with Grant, fighting with those guys down there. And we know that's not easy, you know, going against bigger guys. So for us, we just try to help him out as much as we can, and he's doing a great job of just fighting and being tough.
Anything else? Perfect. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
ahead.
TJ, you guys are obviously very significantly shorthanded. You're down by 4 in the fourth quarter. It seemed like this game could have taken another direction. What do you attribute to the strong finish?
Honestly, just not quitting. We played to the end, and you know, they made their runs, and we kind of could have given up there, but we got a resilient group, next man up mentality, and you know, it sounds cliche, but you know, we fought to the final buzzer, and that's what we need to do.
Tony, go ahead.
TJ, how much different is it for you and this team when you're used to playing with one or even two very tall centers out there, going from that to immediately switching to your tallest guy, typically being 6'6", 6'7"?
Small ball. You know, we got to get used to it, and I mean, it's the hand we've been dealt right now. No one cares that we have guys that are injured, and we've got guys that are playing with extreme confidence. And you know, credit O'Shea coming in here and you know, signing that great deal and giving us amazing energy and playing whatever role we ask him to. So, and that's for everyone that's been stepping up as of late.
Scott Evans.
TJ, how's the shoulder doing? I saw you kind of shove away Josh and keep playing.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm not sitting out. You know, I try to play it through as much as I can. It's really not a big deal. It kind of just awkwardly landed on it, and the pain went away quick.
Brendan Worth.
Sorry about that. Hey, TJ, what do you think it says about the team that you guys can come in and win a couple of games here without your primary big men, and you guys can overcome kind of all of these injuries?
I think it just speaks volumes about the guys we have in the locker room, and with our coaching staff. You know, there's no quit, no give up, and we go out there and play extremely hard and connected on defense and getting out and running and executing on offense. It was great to see tonight, and you know, credit coach for you know, kind of keeping us all together, and credit our locker room. I mean, it would be easy to kind of just you know, kind of throw it in and call it a season with all the injuries that we've had, but that's just not the group that we have.
You're shorthanded, and tomorrow you'll be on short rest in Orlando. What do you see as the key to going in there, having a good night, coming away with a win?
Honestly, you know, I feel like I'm a broken record. Just kind of doing what we do best. When we're connected defensively, getting stops and getting out and running, we're a very tough team to beat. So, you know, we've got to be connected on that end and just do what we do best, and the rest will take care of itself. But, you know, it's a good Orlando team, and you can't take them lightly.
Jay Michael.
How much, TJ, does O'Shea Brissett play into that connectivity on defense? Because one thing looks like you guys are doing a lot better is getting back in transition and communicating better. And he has a lot of help side, either, you know, getting in the way of a guy, or, you know, you saw that nice impressive block he had on Plumlee recovering. So how big has his kind of versatility, I guess, affected you guys playing better on that end?
You know, you got to give him so much credit. He's come in here on 2 10 days and earned his way into a contract, and he's continuing to earn minutes by the way he plays, by the type of teammate he is. He's been tremendous on offense and defense, doing whatever we ask him to do. And that's a sign of a great pro. And, you know, we're lucky to have him here, and all credit to him. And we're really happy for him, you know, because he gives us great energy on both ends.
And can I ask you one other thing on another player, Edmond Summoner, 4-5 from 3. You know, he's been hitting those spot ups all season. Did you anticipate he would be this efficient? And it looks like those kind of things happening in a game like this is kind of what makes the difference, because he's going to get that shot.
Yeah, I mean, we have total confidence in Ed, and you know, he has confidence in himself. I truly believe this in the open floor by how quick and athletic he is. I don't think there's many guys in this league that can stop him. You know, when he's hitting his threes, and he's such a good player. And that's another guy, you know, the year he had last year fighting through injuries and didn't really work out the way he wanted it to. And he worked all summer and has earned every minute that he's gotten this year and is playing absolutely incredible. And, you know, all credit to him.
Any last questions tonight? Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate the